Ella Langley, bottom of your boots. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We got a pretty good episode for you today. We are back with the return of talking about country music. In 2026, in Season 12, I have not touched a country song. And I really want to keep that streak alive. I really wanted to. But, when you cover all the music that's kind of dropped this week, now you have to start looking at, alternatives for the weekend and the week. So I thought a Sunday night, we could do some country. Now, I won't lie to y'all, country is one of my most least favorite genres of music. I like some old country. I liked it when country had some roots to it, when it had some actual good-ass singing. When the instrumentals weren't just, basic-ass guitar loops that just kind of loop back over and over and over again. I like that old style of country. I think it sounds the best. But what I'm not a fan of is this song today. And, I really tried to give music a fair shake, a fair chance, I really love Choosing Texas. The Choosing Texas song, when that song came out, a few months back, I think it was in 2025. So this was season 11. I remember in season 11, I covered that Ella Langley song, Choosing Texas. And, I really did enjoy that song. I thought that kind of reminded me of, older country, blended with some new country. And I do like that hodgepodge together. But then I listened to this song, and now I'm just kind of confused of what's going on here, because why does Ella Langley, and I'm not even trying to be mean, but she does sound like a female Morgan Wallen. And it's kind of crazy to say this, but goddamn, these vocals are so boring, so unoriginal, so uninspired that it blows my mind that there's no vocal switch ups, there's no moments where she's able to hold out her notes. There is absolutely none of that. There is only, and I kid you not, only her back and forth, just copy and pasting the hook. And I guess that can work for some people, and that can even work for me if it's a really good hook. But it's not a good hook. This hook is so fucking boring that it sounds ass. The flow of the hook does not match the beat, does not match the guitar, does not match the instrumental. So that's already problem number one. We're not on beat, we're not flowing well on the song, we're not sounding good on the song. And that's a big problem because, when I'm listening to a country song, these are the things that I really do not want to worry about. Your instrumental can have a guitar solo. It can have the fiddle going crazy in the background. You can have all these cool instrumental moments, which I will give you credit for. But when you have a good instrumental and you're only doing this shit on it, copy and pasting a hook 4 times, there's not even a bridge, the verses are so short that it's laughable, what the fuck are we doing? Is this even a goddamn country song? The only thing that's country is the bottom of your fucking boots to your hat. And, I tried my best to enjoy this track, but, when you got 2 verses that sound the same, that are the same vocal style, that are the same flow, and by the way, is the same boring-ass, sleepy vocals Morgan Wallen loves to do. Morgan Wallen just loves to fucking not try at all until the hook. And this is what the kind of similar vibe I'm getting from Ella Langley. Alright? It's the same fucking shit. It blows my goddamn mind. It's a waste of a good instrumental. I could sit up here and say the instrumental is good, but the artist who has the instrumental does absolutely nothing with it. And I think that's a big ass fucking problem in my opinion. So, let's talk about the instrumental. I might as well. There's one thing I can say about this song, Bottom of Your Boots, is that, the instrumental is actually pretty good. I like the guitars, I like the drums, I like the heavy feel that this song does have. That guitar solo at the end, too, was really cool. I wish there was maybe a bridge to kind of lead up to it. It just kind of happens in the song. But nevertheless, it sounds really fucking good, in my opinion. So for a good old country song to talk about on Season 12, well, I probably chose the worst one to talk about because this is surprisingly a really boring-ass song. And I I really try to give country a chance, I really do, it's not like I hate country, this is where I grew up, I'm gonna give the music a chance, but when it's boring, when it's unoriginal, when it's like, what the fuck am I even listening to, when I hear the hook, when I hear the verses, and then I hear the hook 4 fucking times in a 2-minute song, in my opinion, that's a problem. That means the song is not finished. That means the song needs to go back in the lab and get some fucking work done on it because that shit sounds fucking ass. So overall, when we talk about Ella Langley, Bottom of Your Boots, this instrumental is actually really fucking good. I like the guitars. I like the sounds. I like the drums. But what really drives my gears, really makes me want to like crash a dummy into a fucking mountain, it's the vocals that sound unoriginal, sound uninspired, sound boring as hell, sound like every Morgan Wallen song that I ever heard in my life. And I'm very experienced in Morgan Wallen, all right? I remember spending 3 fucking hours of my day listening to Morgan Wallen. So I'm well versed in Morgan Wallen's music, and this is the same ass vibes that I'm getting. Verses are just not that good. And then the hook. The hook is disappointing. You have this moment where the instrumental can break, where the instrumental can really show itself, and you still kind of hide behind it. You still, like, barely give into it. You do no vocal switch-ups on the hook. Makes no fucking sense to me. So, overall, I'm just have to give this song a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. What'd y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. And I'll see you later. You have a good one. Yeah, guys. Bye.